Jim says he does. This afternoon when we were over by their house.
I told you and Jim to leave those poor people alone. I want you to stay away from their house and stop tormenting them.
Good morning, guys. It's Dakota back with another live stream, live market analysis. The date is April 29th, 2021. Yep. And this is your first time hopping on the call. Basically what I do every weekday, at least right now, of April, I'm hopping on live stream at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and going through the charts that I review or that I'm paying attention to, and any charts or pairs that are requested during the live stream, and be sure to track it throughout the week. And yeah, so just a way to help myself get better and to put it out there so I'm held accountable, and also help anyone else that needs help if I can. Turn that down. But if there's anything that you want to talk about, make sure you put in the live chat. I'll be sure to go over it. And don't forget to how did I forget that? Right? The most important thing about these things, the most important things about these live streams, right? You have to hit the like button. Gotta hit the like button. You gotta turn that thumbs up blue. Where's my thumb at? There's my thumb right there. Turn it blue. Alright? So, also subscribe button and notification bell so you can keep up future live streams, future content that I put out. But okay, let's get into it. Bring that up. Okay, starting on EURJPY. Gonna reset the chart, go to the 4-hour time frame. So I've been holding this trade for quite some time. It's in profit. Target is about 7.7 R, and looking for price to actually scale up to this high up here. I actually sent out my review of this pair already this morning, so you guys should have a pretty idea of what I'm looking for, what I'm paying attention to. I'm really expecting price to hit TP today. I mean, obviously if it doesn't, it doesn't, and we got to deal with it. And if this trend line breaks, I'll close the trade. Pressing down. That's for bar close. All right. So yeah. So trend line breaks, I'll close the trade. Other than that, yeah, I'll talk about this sell real quick. So this line up here, this horizontal line up here, that's an area I'm looking for the market to potentially reverse at least temporarily. I am still looking for price to continue to scale up because we are in a larger uptrend. But at that point, possibly our correction can start, right? Our pullback can start before it continues up going higher. So that's an area of interest for me, and there may be a short-term selling opportunity within that. So in this area, I'm looking for a reversal pattern, and I'll look for a safety entry off of that. And if the trend line breaks, I'll look for a selling opportunity there as well. Other than that, nothing else on EURJPY. So let's do the full markup. How is the video for you guys? Because I have a message saying that it is not good. Okay. I didn't intend it to be a rhetorical question, but it's fine. Let's go. We just did the review, so basically gonna talk about my strategy a little bit. I box price in using horizontal lines and trend lines, and after I price box in, I figure out the overall direction of the market, which you guys will see in a second. Look for market structure, basic market structure. I look for an impulse telling me the direction the market wants to go. After that, I look for a corrective pattern to confirm that the market wants to go in that direction, and usually what that forms is how that forms is by forming small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. All right. All right. Okay. Small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. All right. After that, I'm looking for an area to enter at the bottom of that, and then I'm looking for a continuation afterwards. Continuation is that move that I'm looking to capitalize on. Right. Same thing upside down. Upside down, impulse down. Market what's telling me it wants to go down. Corrective pattern confirming it. Looking for entry. Continuation is what I'm capitalizing off of. Alright. Also, quick breakdown, basically how I view trends as well. Impulse, correction. Impulse, correction. This is basic higher highs, higher lows type thing. Impulse, correction. Alright. Okay, and then once the trend line breaks, impulse, breaking it, correction, continuation. Jeez. Y'all know what I was trying to draw there. I'm not sure what happened, but you know. Okay, let's actually do it. So I do top-down analysis, start on the monthly time frame, and work our way down. Going down to the weekly, we see an uptrend. Going down to the daily to make the uptrend more defined, or let's just say, let's make it prettier, right? We want it to look good. Now we can make our trend line shorter since like we actually have a rejection off of it now. Or I should say a third rejection. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Please don't do that. Alright, so this is price all boxed in. The next level of interest that I'm looking for price to get to is this supply zone that I talked about earlier. We see that we just have, let me zoom in so you guys can see, we just have impulse movement pushing up, and in this area looking for a reversal pattern to happen, right? I'm looking for some type of rejection in this area. If price just pushes through it, that's great too. That's amazing. If I don't see a pattern within that, no, I won't. What I was about, because like I haven't tested that. Why am I even thinking of that? I'll tell you what I was thinking. So the position that I have on right here, my target is right below this level. The reason it's right below that level because oftentimes price may make its way towards a level, but it may not go through it or even touch it. So I have it just before the levels, and also it's based off of fibs, the target. But I was thinking to myself, okay, if there's no reversal pattern there, why don't I just move my target to the next level that I'm looking for price to go to? And I never do that. So I don't know why I was thinking that, but should not be thinking that, period. I'll follow the current plan, and if that's the idea I want to back test in the future, I definitely will, and then bring it here. Anyway, let's keep going. Impulse going up, right? Going down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is just bullish candles, pretty much. All right, there's nothing to really. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. So I'm gonna go down to the 1-hour time frame, draw this uptrend here off the 1 hour, and we can see price is just still scaling up. As long as it's above this trend line, we're gonna continue looking for buying opportunities. If the trend line never breaks, we look for a correction and we look to sell. That simple. Level of interest to sell to for me is this area first, and then I got the other area in here as well. So basically this area that I have circled. Price gets down to this area, it's about the area that I'm looking to buy at. You guys already have the markup for this, and the primary markup I have is off the daily, and off the daily I just said wait for a correction, look for it to continue up. Boom. So with that, we may get like a few weeks of consolidation like we did last time, and then just look to capitalize when the opportunity comes. Now, before I keep going, you guys have this markup, you guys have my update, you have everything in the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, the link to it is in the description. Just go ahead, click the link, and join. Boom, you get access to everything. All right. Now, before I continue, quick question. Whatever. I do have a quick question. If you're watching, I'm not confident that the people on are going to respond. But if you're watching the playback, go ahead, type in the comment section and let me know. All right. Also, if you hear, prove me wrong. It would brighten my day if you prove me wrong, but I don't believe you'll do it. I'm thinking of changing my layout to this. If you guys I just remembered everything people. Okay, if you guys remember, close to when I first started doing Zoom calls, what was it, back 2019? Yeah, it was like towards the end of 2019. I had this all blue. I had this all blue chart. Basically, this was like a darker blue, and the wicks were blue as well. They're about 4 minutes late, but and everybody hated it, right? Everybody hated it. My friend that got me into trading still always brings it up about the ugly blue chart that I had. But I actually like this. I like this one. I thought I'd change this. So, all right, I like this, and I changed my MT4 to this, and I may start using this, something like this again. Okay, EURJPY is really simple. I like it. You know I'm biased to dark themes. The blue candles need a bit of work though. I got you. Yeah, I'm thinking of changing maybe the outline of it, or like, yeah, it's either gonna. It may have to be the color to make it a little bit less bright. And thank you for proving me wrong, bro. On GBPUSD. All right, yeah. Moving to the next pair, GBPUSD. So yesterday took an opportunity here off the 1 hour time frame. Had this impulse, this correction, price pushed up, and like it's playing out right now so far. Now ideally I like this to continue pushing through and actually play out for this A2-1 opportunity, but I do see the potential for price to actually form a flag pattern. The flag pattern is not formed yet, so this is just imaginary. It's imaginary stuff going on right here. These lines are imaginary things that don't exist, right? But I see the potential for price to continue to scale down. That is the reason that I won't be actually taking this potential opportunity. If If you don't see the potential opportunity, I'll hide this and I'll explain it. We have an impulse here, we have a correction here. Look for price to retest this area, and there's a buying opportunity right there. Alright, you can take that if you want to. I'm not going to take it. If price does continue down to the 61.8 level, I will look for entry and enter for this 10 to 1 there. My stop loss is in profit, so I mean, and so like the R is not going to be affected too much. And that's pretty much it. That's the plan. Alright, let's go ahead and do the full markup on this. GBPUSD. Hey, we got to we got to figure out that Zoom thing so we can look at news in the morning. And also, I was planning on talking to you about this later today, but I might as well just say it now. Well, I'll say a piece of it, I guess. Like, we could hop on here and like review news for the week, like on Monday, the entire week, so we know like the actual, so we go in with a better expectation for the week. Right, and obviously it'll be perfect for the weekends, but like weekends are kind of tough for me. At least right now. Okay, just boxing price in on the monthly, weekly. Jeez. So on the daily time frame, you see like these are bullish candles. They're pretty small bullish candles. They don't have a lot of momentum in them, which leads me to also favor that scaling down, for price to scale down a bit more. That I talked about at the beginning. Jeez. I just spilled orange juice on my shirt. But it's okay. Let me focus again. So this was a setup we took the other day, right here at this level, looking for price to push up to this level. Ideally, if price decides to turn around, looking for this to form a flag at the bottom of that flag pattern, looking to enter. Alright, and this opportunity is a 10 to 1 opportunity. At least that's what I will be looking for on this. That's how long I will be holding it if it does actually play out. And if it hits my stop loss, I'll probably be holding it for less, like a day or maybe two. Let's delete that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's deal with facts right now. Right? Let me give you guys a day trade, or break down the day trade that I already talked about. So going down to the 1 hour, that's where the original setup was. And if we just stick with that logic, right now we have this impulse to move up. Oh, I don't like the correction too much. But it is still a setup. Oh, that's all you can give me? That's interesting. Possible 7-1. Possible 7-1 opportunity. This is where I look to buy off of. I look for price at 38.2 is a bit iffy for that, but I look for price to dip a little bit lower first and then look for a buying opportunity. But yeah, this would be the buying opportunity here if I was taking the day trade. But that's the full markup on GU. Let's go to dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss. So overnight, I moved my stop loss to like into profit. I stayed out late, got home. Let's just say I got home late, and saw my alert went off to tell me to move my stop loss, so I went ahead and did it. Let me see the chart. It's kind of seeing. I'm kind of seeing a small 3-wave on the 1-hour GU. We send on Discord. I can resend it, yeah. And you're talking about that there, right? Yeah, that's that was actually that was pretty much the reason that I didn't like this too much, because for this I usually like to see it continue scaling down like that, at least a bit further. But yeah, but I'll send this out. I have the 4-hour setup already sent out, and you have my 1-hour setup as well in the Discord server. Okay, Discord crashed. It'll be fine. That'll load up in a second. Okay, I'm actually continuing with dollar Swiss. I'm actually looking to move my stop loss further into profit at around this level here. If price breaks below this low here, and you can see that I'm looking for deeper retracement as well. If price gets back up to about this level, I actually look to scale in a bit more. And what am I looking at? About a 12. It's a beautiful trade. Let's just say that I won't continue going. Yeah, it's a really nice trade to add on to. All right, let's do the full markup with this. The Swiss. Do I have the wrong broker? Yeah, I did. All right, delete that. Go to monthly. Uh-oh, I see a double bottom, possibly. But it's not like at a level that I would look for that at. Oh, but it is, yeah. I'll talk about it once we get down there. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly had an uptrend. Price broke the uptrend. Impulse right now. We have a huge impulse up. No correction yet. We're waiting for a correction to actually form. And look for the next buying opportunity. Long run. Probably in a few months. Here we have a downtrend. Going on to the 4-hour time frame. The area that I'm looking for price to actually get to is about here. And right now, if we stop on the 4-hour time frame, we have this huge impulse. We're waiting on a huge correction, and then we're looking to sell one more time. To keep it simple, now let's say price just continues going down. I'd like to see a descending channel form as it approaches it. Basically, price to slow down, give us a reversal pattern, and tell us it's ready to go up. Start looking for buys. Like with that, a trend line would form, and I'll look for buys off the break of that smaller trend line, and then look for price to push through this level and reach the top of here. And ultimately, if that buy does come, I would be looking to hold a little bit longer. I'll be looking to hold about to this area, but certain things have to happen first. Okay, right now this has the potential to form a double bottom and go up a little bit. I'll say it's about this area. That's about my entry area, and I'd look to sell one more time. Yeah, I'd like to sell one more time off this 1 hour setup. Guys already had the markup for this, and that's pretty much it. The ideal scenario is that price just continues pushing down, because I don't want to have to. It's great for me to add the position onto it, but I'd rather just let it hit my target, right? And I have a lot of stuff to do today. But if the market calls my name, I gotta answer, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, now going through the review, the requested pairs, and of course, dollar Swiss. What did I just say? I meant dollar yen. That's what I meant to say. Okay, price is still in that buying opportunity, like buying area again. All right, so at this point, all right, if you're bold, if you got your strategy down, let me say that. If you got your strategy down, and confident in this setup, this is probably what your positions look like. Possibly. Alright, and at the end of the day, it could fail. If it does fail, that's just minus 4R. Relatively easy to bounce back from. But just imagine the possibilities, right? Imagine the possibilities with me, just for a second. If it does play out from this point, which, let's be honest, unlikely, still has potential to come back. But, you know, it's always fun to use your imagination. If it does, imagine each one of these are 40R, right? About 40R. We'll estimate it at 40R because that's more fun. 40 times 3. That's about 120R. Alright, which is good. It's decent. Alright, it's okay. No, it's great. It's amazing. Alright, you risked my fault. You risked 3R. I wasn't even including this one. You risked 3R for 120R. That's an interesting idea that I'm about to write down. And I was literally just playing, but I'm writing that down. Because also, I'm actually I've critiqued my strategy to the point where I can get higher R on each position, Obviously, not every position I'm gonna be holding like this long, but I'm able to get those type of R's with the adjustments I've recently made. And this ties in perfectly with risk allocation, because I've been able. Man, I love this stuff. I've recently been able to assign grades to certain setups. Still working on it. It still needs work, but I've gotten I'll say solidly two grades down, my A and A plus. And I'm working on the B right now, which I've figured out pretty much, but just gotta test it. But anyway, how that ties in, like for specific grade setups, let's say your A setup or your A plus setup. I'll say the A setup can enter multiple times at these levels and be willing to risk, let's say 4R for, let's dim it down a little bit, let's say 8R on each trade or each position. That's about 32R, right? And my trades don't last more than a month usually, so yeah, that's really good, at least for me. Let's extend this a bit to see if anything has changed. Possible. Oh yeah, and this just looks nasty, honestly. It looks beautiful but nasty at the same time, so I'm just gonna delete it. So yeah, this is it. Got plenty of rejections right at that level, just looking for price to reject at it. And also, if we look closer, I'm gonna go ahead and hide this so it looks better. Corrective movement, just moving down like that. Some may even do this and call it a descending channel. But let's go to dollar Swiss or dollar yen. I don't know why I keep saying that. Yeah, this is the one we talked about yesterday. Okay, we got price pushed up and waiting on this correction here, which doesn't look like it's going to form. At least not the way that I would like it to form. If anything comes out of this, at least right now, I'd say a flat pattern. Price comes back down to this low here, and that's an opportunity to buy, which is about the area, it's a little above the area that I wanted to enter at. But it's about that area, possible opportunity to buy. All right, evaluate it once it gets there. We already talked about that. Euro NZD. So this setup off the 25 was the next setup that I'd say pay attention to. I like it a lot. I actually like it a lot. I think back in 2019, I went ahead and sent out a video about how to get tighter entries, at least a way to get tighter entries, and this is one of those perfect examples. So many ideas. It's one of the perfect examples for one of the tighter entries, and has solid potential, right? We have an impulse breaking the trend line. We have a flat pattern here, and looking for price to continue to scale up, and it's right at that area. It's giving us really 1, 2, 3. We'll skip that one. We'll say 4. It's giving us 4 opportunities to enter for this buy here, and the potential here. We'll just go ahead and act like we entered here. Tight stop loss in this situation would be about right there. I won't go too deep into detail with it right now. And then that's just about perfect. It's about a 15-to-1 opportunity. And the potential there, like, obviously you missed the setups, but we're going to talk about it. It's a 15-to-1 opportunity, right? So I like this trade a lot. We'll see if it plays out. Matter of fact, I'll leave this P&L here so we can talk about it tomorrow to see what happens. If the SL gets hit, SL gets hit. If target gets hit, target gets hit. Whatever. It's just a trade. I believe that's all. I'll see you in the requested pairs. I appreciate everybody hopping on. Please be sure to hit that like button. Also hit subscribe and the notification bell to keep up with future content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.